Perfect. We'll call this meeting to order at 6:32 of the City of South Pasadena Community Services Commission. We get a roll call?
Yes. Chair Rocha,
Here.
Vice Chair Samuels has an excused absence. Commissioner Bissner, Commissioner Kwong, Commissioner Ocon,
Here.
Commissioner Vogel,
Here.
Commissioner Yee.
Here.
And we also have Council Liaison, Councilmember Donovan
Here.
with us. Thank you.
Extra agenda.
Yes.
Perfect. For the first item, we have our introduction of our newly appointed commissioner.
Commissioner Yee, would you like to say a few words?
Yes.
Thank you.
Everyone, thank you so much. I'm very grateful to be able to join all of you. I actually went to high school in South Pasadena. And a bit more than a decade later, I'm back here and I'm very grateful to be giving back to the community and to be paying it forward to the city. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Welcome to the commission.
welcome. Moving on to item 2, do we have any public comments?
I got it. Hi, everybody. It's nice to see you. Thank you all for being commissioners. It's very important. I'm here representing actually 2 groups, Friends of South Pasadena Nature Park and South Pasadena Beautiful, and we've been cooperating. We've been collaborating together. And South Pasadena Beautiful put together an event that I wanted to let you all know about. I lately see you, you're old South Pasadena Beautiful people. Put together a garden tour, a plant swap, and a sustainability fair, which is happening on March 18th, which is the Saturday, from 1 to 4. And during this, they have so many things going on. There are going to be LA County smart gardening workshops. We already had one of those in the nature park in November, and it was a big success. And now they're going to do the advanced part, but it's so informal that beginners will learn plenty and will not be overwhelmed. There's going to be a plant swap, which is something that South Pasadena Beautiful has done for years and years, along with their garden tour. The garden tour in the past highlighted 5 or 6 gardens, usually in an area, and they, in more recent years, focused on sustainability in those gardens. This year, they decided just to have it in the nature park. And so the garden tour part of it is the nature park, which is going to be in hopefully full bloom by March 18th. They also got donations, plant donations, native plants, which are going to be delivered to my house on Wednesday. And those are going to be given out to the public. So that's really exciting. I have a list of what we expect to get, but till I see them, you never know. So I'm not going to announce what the plants are, but they're going to be great. There's the smart gardening workshop, I said, in which you can buy composting bins and a worm bin. There's also, I'm going to be giving a tour of the nature park. The Natural Resources and Environmental Commission is going to have a table along with some of the city services will have a table in which they will talk about environmental and sustainability practices within the city. There's going to be somebody from Theodore Payne Foundation who's going to answer questions about growing native plants. California Native Plant Society, San Gabriel Mountains chapter will be there also answering questions about native plants in California. And the South Pass Community Garden is going to have a table, and they're going to have loofah seeds and seedlings so people can start to grow those and then grow their own sponges. There's a Girl Scout troop that's going to be talking about monarch butterfly way station, and people can ride their bicycles to the nature park because South Pasadena Active Streets is going to have a bike valet taking people from hourly, I think it was, from the train station to the nature park for people who are a little insecure about driving that part of South Pasadena. So I brought along the newsletter from South Pasadena Beautiful for each of you, and I don't have a whole lot, or I'd give out. I don't know if you guys want this They also sent me with, if you want to sign up and become a member of South Pasadena Beautiful or make a donation, I can leave those as well. And the nature park cards, which gives you contact information for me. Thank you. Hope to see you there on the 18th.
Thank you. Does anyone have any questions for Barbara? No? Barbara, thank you so much.
Okay,
Sounds
well,
like a great
thank you.
event. Thank you. Okay. Moving on to item 3, minutes of the Community Services Commission meeting of December 12th, 2022. Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve the minutes?
Have a second? Thank you. Can I get a roll call vote?
Chair Rosha,
Yes.
Commissioner Okan,
Yes.
Commissioner Vogel,
Yes.
Commissioner Yi,
Yes.
Commissioner Kwong,
Yes.
Commissioner Bissner. Motion passes 6-0.
Thank you. Item 4, approval of spring and summer 2023 field use requests. We have a staff
Yes.
report out. Lucy's doing it all today.
I know. I was contemplating to do it from the pit, but I decided I'll make it more official. Good evening, commissioners. Tonight in your packet is a report for approval of spring and summer 2023 field use requests for 3 different organizations: South Pasadena Little League, Camp Adventurewood, and the Cub Club. For South Pasadena Little League, they are a regular user utilizing the space for softball, and they are requesting the use of Orange Grove, Arroyo South, and Arroyo North fields. And Camp Adventurewood is a regular user who uses the space in the summer only. They're requesting use of the amphitheater, the grass area near the playground, and use of both gazebos at Arroyo Park. They are also requesting permission to place a temporary storage unit in the lot next to the AYSO unit, just as they've done in the past 50+ years for storage purposes only. And it is expected to be delivered on June 1st and will depart on August 1st. And Cup Club is a regular user also who utilizes the space in the spring just once a year, usually in March or April. They are requesting use of Orange Grove Field for a 1-day tournament. The day they are requesting is already permitted for South Pasadena Little League, but South Pasadena Little League has already agreed to release their permit for this day to accommodate their request. If there are any questions from the commission, I am happy to answer them.
Do we have any questions from the commission? I know Commissioner Ocon usually recuses himself from the South Pasadena Little League field use permit request. So if we want, we could take this vote as 2 separate votes. If there's correct, we can have one as just Little League and the other 2 together. So do I have a motion to approve the South Pasadena Little League field use request?
I so move.
Do I have a second? Can I get a roll call vote?
Chair Rosha,
Yes.
Commissioner Kwong,
Yes.
Commissioner Bissner, Commissioner Yi,
Yes.
Commissioner Vogel.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
And assuming there's no discussion, we'll take the next 2 requests as one. Do I have a motion to approve Camp Adventurewood field use and Cub Club field use?
Motion to approve?
Do I have a second?
Second?
Can I get another roll call vote?
Chair Rosha,
Yes.
Commissioner Ocon,
Yes.
Commissioner Yi,
Yes.
Commissioner Vogel,
Yes.
Commissioner Bissner, Commissioner Kwong.
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on. Back up here in the agenda, moving on to item 5, discussion on installation of a welcome sign at the nature park. Director Pouch.
Hello. Tonight I'm here to discuss the possibility of a sign for the nature park. Many of you know the nature park. We just talked about it. The city calls it the South Pasadena Arroyo Seco Woodland and Wildlife Park. I know for short, we always say nature park, so that's how I will refer to it as. If you are driving to the nature park, you could easily pass it. There's no big signage. Everybody kind of knows the entry of. And so tonight I have Barbara Eisenstein, who is the president, CEO, everything of our Friends of the South Pasadena Nature Park. And they're looking to put some type of signage that is easy to see, but is, aesthetically pleasing. Something that won't wear in the weather. There's currently kind of a signboard. So I can't exactly remember the name of what we called it, but the wood wears and it gets graffitied over time. The plastic in front has to be replaced. And so what we're really looking for is just a little direction, considering there's 2 pictures that we did give you. We have a very durable South Pasadena dog park sign that's down in the Arroyo. Hasn't been graffitied. The only thing it has been is hit by a car. But it was just one of the legs. We replaced the legs and it's still there. And then the other one would be a boulder. And that's what we have in front of our demonstration garden in front of the community garden. So those are 2 really good options that, the rock is very natural. It's just an engraving. The other is actually made of kind of a recycled material as well. So we're being kind of natural and it kind of blends in with our area. We're looking for any kind of direction, thoughts from you. And I also would ask if Barbara would like to add any comments and maybe her suggestion as to what one might work best for them.
I think I left the button on when I was here last. Have you all been down to the nature park? So when I talked to you, so there are currently actually 3 entrances to the nature park. The one that Sheila was mentioning is the main entrance, which is up on Pasadena Avenue. And in fact, it is a very hidden entrance. Nobody knows it's there. You can't tell. And the original sign with the name of the nature park and when it was opened as a nature park is now, it was put up in 2004. And it's been, it's brass on a
And it kind
sign.
of blends in. You don't really see it.
You don't see it and it doesn't look so good anymore anyway, because they've had to get the graffiti off so many times. But I think that could be fixed. But in any event, and then there's this other structure, which has Girl Scouts have done a poster in that structure. And they've also fixed it, and Boy Scouts have as well, fixed the whole structure. But again, it doesn't really say South Pasadena Nature Park or Arroyo's Woodland and Wildlife Park, whatever. But there's the second entrance that I really approached Michael Cacciati and Sheila about is now that we have the bicycle path down below, I have put up a banner that says South Pass Nature Park, and it's prominent. It's big. You see it. I was reluctant because I thought it would get destroyed, and it does, but not that often. So that's worked out really well. But it would be nice to have something permanent down there. And what I was thinking is a little bit more like the South Pasadena, whatever that is. I like wood better than recycled, but hey, I get it. But something that kind of maybe has the Arroyo aesthetic to it. So something that's kind of craftsman-y looking that just says Nature Park, and again, I don't know whether, I guess we would have to say Woodland and Wildlife Park, because that is the official name, Arroyo Seco Woodland and Wildlife Park, but something that really says there's something here because people don't know. The third location that I mentioned is actually in Los Angeles, and it's if you're closer to the York Boulevard Bridge, you can enter the park that way. That is Los Angeles property. Although we have an MOU with the city of LA that we maintain that part of the park, a portion of the park is in Los Angeles. And I'm not talking about that, maybe someday, but we haven't approached that area yet. So two things, possibly something that would draw people into the park from Pasadena Avenue, but even more importantly, along that bike path. Now that people are using that and they're using it a lot. They could make a little loop around into the park and then back onto the bike path. It should be integrated into all of the rest of the Arroyo Parkland of South Pasadena, and it's not. We're kind of like the stepchild, dare I say? But anyway, anyway, were some of my thoughts on this. And I come to you at the very beginning. I have no idea what the process is, who would do it, how it gets done, how it gets paid for. We could do fundraisers. South Pass Beautiful is interested in working with us on a fundraiser if that's a limiting factor, money. So I just bring it to you, asking for your ideas and thoughts on this. Is there any questions or anything?
Thank you. I had a question. I know it says for fiscal impact, it depends on procurement, but it seems like if you got a boulder, it would have to be something fairly sizable to be seen. Like the demonstration garden is a little bit, that boulder's a little small. So is the Pasadena sign, what was the cost of that compared to what potentially a large boulder would be?
I couldn't tell you exactly what the cost is. I would say 2,000-3,000.
For the Pasadena one.
Right, and
Whereas a
the
boulder would likely be more expensive.
No, actually, we were shocked.
Oh.
Boulders would range between $300 and $400.
Huh.
And then I guess it depended on the ton. About 2,000.
2,000 pounds.
Yeah. And then to get it engraved. And we have engravers come to the Memorial Garden all the time not all the time, but when we need to, they can engrave once the rock is there.
Okay. Don't have any questions or want to start discussion?
Any discussion? This is a time, just to also help Barbara, for you to discuss it, to kind of what you're like, what would you like to see? And then we can go back and pull prices on these. This was purchased, what, five years ago now, almost in November, it'll be 5 years. And I'll tell you, the prices probably increased because of our friend COVID. But we can check out different prices on this. This is a bigger one, okay, because it has everything added with the batting cages and skate park. And we can kind of see what we can cost, and what sizes. Because I think if it's up there, maybe instead of it facing Royal, we turn it and have one, maybe a double side. So no matter if you're coming in from LA or leaving South Pass, you can see both sides of it. Mhm. Right, true.
Gonna do a fundraiser. I agree that for visibility, that the sign is better than the boulder. And it also would have the branding on it, like the seal, like it'd be more in line with the Pasadena sign as well. So you have uniform branding around different locations in the city. It would still have to be kind of a large sign though, just given the length of the name of the park. But
I was gonna say, what are you gonna put on the sign?
We would have to, kind of do some little schematics with every company. We kind of talk to and see how they can make it work. I mean, if it's something that, like the Friends of the Nature Park decide to fundraise for, we would probably add something onto them since they're obviously raising money and donating it to the city, type of thing. So it would, we just, first of all, get sizes and prices, and sometimes it really doesn't matter what you put on it, but the size of it, so.
I'm in line with the sign as well. Uniform branding. It makes the city, this is what our signature look.
Mhm.
And so it's in line with that, and the whole goal is to be seen. So I think the rock
Do we
will
have,
be just another rock in the park. Yeah.
do we have an idea of how large the sign can be or how small?
And I think that the one at the nature or at the skate park there is about 6 feet
6 feet by
by like
6 feet
4.
by about 4,
Mhm.
5 feet. wide.
It's a little.
Could be
round.
around the same thing.
Yeah, we could
in that
look into
area.
that.
They walk in.
any thoughts?
Why do we need to fundraise? It's not in.
Oh, I'm not saying we do.
Oh,
I'm just saying if we do, then we can always add to them. So. I would have to find it somewhere or put it in our budget for July 1.
Okay, if there's no more discussion or anyone who's interested in engraved boulder, I'll make a motion that the commission would like to move forward with getting estimates on different sizes and designs of the high density polyethylene sign.
I'll second.
Can we get a roll call vote?
Chair Rosha,
Yes.
Commissioner Ocon,
Yes.
Commissioner Yi,
Yes.
Commissioner Vogel,
Yes.
Commissioner Kwong,
Yes.
Commissioner Bisner. Motion carries 6-0.
So we will work on that and work with Barbara as well as we're going through the process to make sure it kind of meets all the standards of part 2.
Thank you.
Thank you.
But she wants to be proud of it with a big sign that says, please come. Item number 6, review and approve the 2023 Community Services Commission Work Plan.
Okay, so let's review this first. I put it together. This is supposed to be your work plan. But I put it together. So I added a few things, take a few things off. Just going right down the list of the objectives. Our typical thing is each year we will select a park that you will be kind of not overseeing, but you'll make sure you hit the park once or twice a month, walk through the park, see if there's anything standing out to you. If people around you say anything about the park, like, hey, the bathrooms are never clean, make sure you call and let us know. We also have our chair and vice chair, and we also have our subcommittee for our concerts. So those things are typical things that we do. So I'll leave those on. We will do a budget review that will be coming up in April. Our field approval permits, we did some tonight. We will be doing probably more at the next meeting, as well as our field maintenance closure plan. Review the annual report of the San Pascual Stables. We will be doing, I want to say that's in November of each year. So we'll make sure that we get that information to you. And if we need to have them come to a meeting for a presentation, usually what happens is they'll give us the report. I will pass it along to you. We review it. If you have any questions, I cannot answer. The next meeting, I ask the stables representatives to be here. Okay. Next on it would be just reviewing the lease management agreements. Currently right now, some of you who have been on commission a little bit have started to review those. Now we have an ad hoc and 2 members of this commission are on that ad hoc committee. So they are doing your review, but we will continue. If there are any healing garden applications, those will be brought to you as well. This is a new one. This is my job for this year, but I'm bringing it to you because I'll need your assistance. A review and recommendation of an MOU with AYSO and South Pasadena Little League. This is something that we do not have formalized, and so we want to formalize that this year. And you will get that first review in September, second review in October, and hopefully then taking to council for approval before the end of the year. This is something we haven't had, and I think it will help both AYSO and Little League and the city work together and knowing each other's expectations for the seasons. And then we will also do another one of my projects for this year is a review and recommendation of a joint use agreement with the South Pasadena Unified School District. We currently have a joint use that was put in place, I want to say 70 something. It's been a long time. And so we want to update that and kind of work more together instead of kind of fighting with each other. I don't say we fight all the time, but just work hand in hand. If we need a facility and vice versa, if they need a facility, we're able to call upon each other and work together and not have to charge each other exorbitant fees to use each other's facilities. We are one city. and one school district, and our kids use all our facilities, our families do. So we should work together and actually have an updated agreement. So those are the items that I would like to put on the work plan. Yes, I know it says my name on it, but I have all these staff people that will be helping me. And the biggest thing is bringing it to you because you are like the third party taking a look at it. You see it in a different light. You know, we have Victoria who works for another city who looks at contracts and things all the time. So she has this mind that works differently, I love it because I show proves a lot of my things. But then we have somebody from AYSO. We have somebody who's actually in our school district. So, and then just being residents, kind of seeing and going, yeah, that's not fair. Why are we paying so much and they're not paying anything or vice versa? So there's so many things that I think we can accomplish this year. We will do this, as soon as you guys say go. But if there's anything else I'm missing that needs to be added, that's a priority that you'd really like to accomplish this year, it's time to add it.
Not certain if it goes on the work plan, but I am curious, the resident who brought forward the potential creation of a trail because it's kind of naturally utilized by residents.
So that would, yes, so I will tell you, Public Works is very, they got a lot of projects right now.
Okay.
And I have I have a very long list of projects for them as well. And so it's on the list. It's just not a priority on the list right now. My priority with the Arroyo Park is to get rid of my gopher friends because they are just destroying our fields and getting the fields maintained to a safe standard for soccer and little league. So that's kind of my priority with Public Works at Arroyo Park at this time. And then those are one of those things that are nice to have, but not a have to have. So,
For sure.
but it is on the list.
And do you need us to make a motion to approve it or to receive and file?
If you can approve it, then I could send it off. Every year we will, we've been doing a work plan. If we can approve it, then it would be set in stone. And the next thing I will bring to you is our accomplishments for last year for approval. Because we do have our commission congress coming up in June. So.
Any further discussion on this item? If not, can I have a motion?
Motion to approve the 2023 Community Service Commission Work Plan.
Do I have a second?
I second.
Get a roll call vote?
Chair Rosha,
Yes.
Commissioner Ocon,
Yes.
Commissioner Yi,
Yes.
Commissioner Vogel,
Yes.
Commissioner Kwong,
Yes.
Commissioner Bissner. Motion carries 6-0.
Thanks for putting that together.
Thank you, Sheila.
Item number 7, City Council Liaison Communications. Councilmember Donovan?
Don't have much to add tonight. Main thing the council's working on right now is the housing. And that seems to be occupying the whole thing. We're finally going to get a summary that was due to housing community development. They didn't like our last couple of proposals. They've given us a deadline. It looks like we're going to make the deadline, and it looks like this next one should be approved. Everybody's working hard on it. This has a lot to, it's called the housing element. You hear that? A couple of years ago, somebody said to me, the housing element, I had no idea what they're talking about. Well, now it has basically, it has to do with the 2,000 some odd units. You have to pull out of thin air or wherever we get them, find them or build them, but they have to be done according to the state. And everybody, South Pasadena and many of the surrounding cities, if not all of them, have tried to find ways out of it, but it's law we have to do. So that's occupying a significant amount of time for the council, and hopefully we'll have our proposal completed in about 2 weeks. And I think it's going to get passed. And the people that are working on it think it's going to get passed too. So, and that's about, was there something else I want to bring up? The housing element, let's get that off the table for the council and get on other things the rest of the year. Thank you.
Councilmember. Staff liaison communications?
So mark your calendars, June 28th for the Commission Congress. Will be at War Memorial. You will get an email update, but if you wanted to write it down, have it in your back pocket. June 28th, it's a Wednesday night. At War Memorial, I believe it's going to start at 6:30. They haven't told us the exact time. And you will have dinner. We will do a presentation. Each chair of each commission will do a presentation of kind of their accomplishments for the year. And enjoy each other's company. So I'm going to defer the rest of my updates to my staff because we always repeat each other.
And on that note, number 9, division liaison communications.
Community Services Supervisor Melissa Snyder.
Great, I'll have to introduce myself. Okay, good evening. I'm going to start with our senior services update. For our nutrition program in the month of January, the Senior Center delivered 385 meals to homebound seniors, which was an increase of 86 meals compared to in December, with an additional 95 meals picked up through the Grab and Go program. On average, every day in-house, we serve 15 to 20 hot meals to seniors as well. So we're doing well on that behalf. For our programming, tomorrow is our Valentine's Day luncheon. We're looking forward to it. It's going to be so much fun. It's sponsored by the Rotary Club, and we will have a Frank Sinatra impersonator there singing. So Lucy and I are very excited for that. Next, we have our St. Patrick's Day luncheon scheduled for Wednesday, the 15th. And then something that we're also looking forward to is senior prom. So this is where we have an evening of dancing and dinner at the senior center. This year is going to be 70s theme, so we encourage all of our seniors to come dressed ready for a disco party. So you are all invited to join us as well if you're interested. It's going to be a lot of fun. So we have a lot of fun stuff going on at the senior center, but I'm going to switch gears to our Concerts in the Park update. So I want to thank our subcommittee for reviewing those bands and sending your submissions in. So we currently have our band selection selected already. So I am going through and reaching out to each of those bands and confirming, budget and how much it will cost and who's available for the days that we need. So that's very exciting. In addition, we had sent out 750 letters to local businesses asking for sponsorships. So far, we've collected $7,200. So we're doing much better compared to last year. So we're very excited about that. In addition, we received $3,000 from Councilmember Donovan. So thank you. He used some of his discretionary funds for last year that got approved to go towards this year. So we're excited and hoping for a really good concert this year, our concert series. And then for my subcommittee as well, I will send you guys movies a little bit closer to the summer to select once we got the new releases and see what our options are. So we're very excited for our summer activities. In addition, we also have an update regarding our Civic Rec, which is our new software that we're looking to start. We're in the final stages of implementation. So we have one more Q&A with them or one more training and then a Q&A session scheduled for March 8th. It'll look towards the end of the month that they'll remove all the trial flags and then we will be live to go. And we will slowly transition our programs to all of our registration through that system. So we'll start with our senior services and our Camp Med registration. And then by summer, we will fully be in the new system. So we're very excited because it's a lot more helpful to the department. It allows us to do a lot more and it relieves a lot of staff time. So we have a lot going on and we're very excited about all of it. That's all I have for you. So I can take any questions you may have.
I really like that senior citizen 70s disco.
We're really looking forward to it. We've been planning our outfits for a while now.
I would like to come and watch.
I will send you guys all an invite. You are welcome to join us.
Great, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Chair Rosha, we also have
Yes.
our Community Services Supervisor Natalie Wilcox on Zoom, and she will be providing an update as well.
Great.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. How are you guys? Good, I hope. So yes, I am here today to provide a quick update on our recreation division. Right now for our outdoor rentals for the month of December and January, the recreation division hosted a combined total of 68 park gazebo rentals. Garfield Park hosted 45 rentals, Arroyo Park hosted 19, and Orange Grove Park hosted 4 rentals. The recreation classes for the 2023 spring session has begun. Registration began Wednesday, February 1st and is available online. The spring season offers classes for tots, youth, adults, and older adults. Classes will be offered beginning March 1st, 2023, all the way through May 31st, 2023. Our summer Camp Med program on February 1st, our program specialist Jordan Bell and 2 recreation leaders attended the summer enrichment fair at Marengo Elementary School to promote summer Camp Med. There were about 20 organizations in attendance, which provided a great platform for staff to meet local families and show them what camp has to offer this year. Summer Camp Med will begin on Monday, June 5th and run through August 4th. Registration for residents will open April 12th, and for non-residents, registration will open on April 19th. Our teen center, on Friday, February 3rd, 6 participants from our teen center went on a mini field trip to the Neon Arcade in Pasadena. They were shuttled by our Dial-A-Ride van, and they had a great time hanging out together with staff and playing old school arcade games. They really had a great time. And then on Friday, February 10th, the senior center hosted a Camp Med for an intergenerational Valentine's Day cookie decorating event. Both our camp participants and seniors enjoyed the afternoon decorating and eating delicious heart-shaped cookies. The Community Services Department was thrilled to have a positive interaction, and we are planning already more events together with our seniors. And then lastly, mark your calendars. Our spring extravaganza is underway. The annual egg hunt will be hosted at Garfield Park on Saturday, April 8th from 12 to 2 p.m. Kids will have a chance to visit and take pictures with a bunny, enjoy carnival games, participate in arts and crafts, inflatables, and an egg hunt. Pre-sale tickets will be available for purchase at the recreation office or online starting Wednesday, March 1st. Tickets for children are $11 per child and $17 on the day of the event. Those are all my updates. I'm happy to answer any questions you might have.
Seeing no questions, thank you so much. It's been busy.
Yes, it has. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to our last item of the evening, Commissioner Communications. Do you have any announcements from commissioners?
I just want to say, and looking at Sheila, that, you've heard me talk about the situation at the Arroyo Golf Course with the staff there. They were being very rude, extremely rude to everyone. That's changed, and there's a couple of, I think there's a couple of, or 1 or 2 new people there. Okay. And they are just fantastic. They're very courteous, they're very professional, and it's really refreshing. It's very nice. So it's in keeping with, with South Pasadena's standards and guidelines, how we represent ourselves to the public out there. And I'm really happy, very happy about it. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'd like to give a little communication to the committee here about the ad hoc regarding the golf and mini golf and the ranges down there. This past February 2nd, I think we were all together, and Proforma Advisors LLC, who is putting together this whole package on the committee's advice and their professional knowledge, we got it to the next step where it will get presented over to the city council. It has the project master plan, the development of the cost estimators, exploring how to fund and options. It also, with everything, you're going to have to get in exploring the environmental studies, selecting project managers, final designs, and initiate phases. It will be done in, if it all happens, how the committee's been putting together the plan, it would be done in 2 phases. First phase would be the restaurant, the golf range, and the miniature golf. And then second phase would come, and it would be to rearrange the golf course to be able to make an executive course and also added parking. There's a timeline going. I mean, hopefully with all the ideas and everything that would be going to be able to put this through and approved and maybe have it somehow started. We'd be hoping that it would all be ready to go by the 4th quarter of 2024. It would be, every quarter would have some information to get on track to finally push it through and hopefully get underway in 4th quarter at the end of 2024. Any questions or anybody want to know about more?
I just want to say this ad hoc committee's been meeting for almost 2 years, right? Year and a half, almost 2 years. And the whole idea of the ad hoc committee is obviously to be an advisory body to the city council on these police facilities, right? And I will say that this has been the most in-depth process with the golf course. But I think the outcomes really do represent the residents based off of the committee membership from the different commissions, because that final proposal that has been recommended to go to council really had evolution to it. The fact that you had such a well put together committee that made recommendations such as phasing it for cost purposes, research around being an executive 9-hole in the market to support that. Same with expanding miniature golf and things like that. This final proposal greatly changed from its initial draft. And so I just want to say it's been a pleasure serving on that ad hoc committee and being a part of that process. And I hope you all feel, we appreciate your trust and you feel like you've gotten the product that you wanted to because you trusted us to represent you. Any other comments from commissioners? Again, welcome to our newest commissioner. That it? Okay, then we will be adjourning at 7:15. Thank you.
I do. I know.